Hi you guys, I'm back today with the video on something I swore I was not going to get. Like, if I could put a clown filter right over my face, like, your girl would just slap it on right here because I know I said I wasn't going to buy any more palettes with this kind of color story from Pat McGrath. I lied, as it turned out. And this is like that moment, oh my gosh, with those Maury memes where the test determined that that was a lie. Well, this determined that was complete bullshit. So the palette that I picked up was the Venus and Floors, and this is the Voyeuristic, I don't know why I needed to point at it like this, the Voyeuristic Vixen. I've said it like 20 times. This is like V for Vendetta when he's trying to say all the V words. He's like, da 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 da. I can't do that either. So in any case, this is the packaging. You guys already know. Like, I'm into it. I think it's beautiful. These purple roses are aesthetically very pleasing. This palette is $58, and it's not technically a palette, it's a quad. I need to stop calling it a palette because it's not. But this is the inside. Yes, I know we have seen these colors, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm actually really happy that I got this since I decluttered so many of the other palettes, because now I don't feel like I have as many duplicates. This is me justifying my purchase here. Don't judge me. I can't help it. This shade right here is very reminiscent of that kind of typical Pat McGrath shade, except for it's more red toned, and it is a really beautiful shade. Actually, like, I use all the shades in here, but I would have been really happy with just using these three right here without this fancy shade. Now, it didn't look very special when I'm back here, but I'm going to scoot up again so you guys can see, like, ooh, she's shiny. And I'm fine with that. Like, I'm totally for it. Today's Memorial Day, and, you know, it's a day that you want to celebrate veterans that are alive and no longer with us, and I definitely am really glad for people that have stepped up and served our country. I definitely could never do it, so thank you to those. I have family members that have served. I will never have the guts to do it. That's kind of off topic, but in any case, I was like, I'm going to go a little bit fancier for today because we're going to go to a cookout at my mom's house. And so, in any case, this is just, I really think it is beautiful, but you have those very typical Pat McGrath shades. You got this, like, light kind of satinish, slightly shiny shade. You got this mid to deep tone kind of normal shade that she always includes. And then this right here is actually more beautiful. I can't wait for you guys to see the swatches because I think it'll do it a lot more justice. This is actually really gorgeous. I'm happy I picked it up. The other things I've tried out, I picked up 3 of the blushes. I wanted to buy all of the blushes, to be honest with you guys, but they are $38 a piece, so that is not cheap. Now, I did get, like, oh, what was it? It was a bundle. I want to say it was like $90-ish, and then they had a coupon code going on, and then I always do like cashback sites, so I got cashback on my purchase as well. So this is what the packaging looks like for the blushes. It looks the exact same as the one for the quad itself. I got 3 colors, but the colors that I got are Desert Orchid, and then we've got Flirtatious, which is cute, and then Nude Venus, and I'm going to show you each of these as well. And I'm going to straight out tell you guys that I do not like the packaging closure for this because it's really hard to open. Like, I finally figured it out what the easiest way to do it was, but I'll tell you what, for a hot minute, I kept pushing this button right in the middle expecting it to open. It does not happen. You have to push more towards the top to open it. And I can tell you this, if you have arthritis or something like that, it's going to be very difficult for you to open. So I did not think that was user-friendly packaging, and I really hope that in the future she'll rework that because I think it is just not a good choice. So this shade right here is the Nude Venus one. That's what I'm wearing today. I did do a look with each one of these blushes, and you will get to see that in here. Ooh, it's just lovely. I think, honestly, these work really, really well. So product-wise, they're some of the best blushes I've used. Like, hands down, some of the very best blushes that I have tried out this year so far. Yeah. And you'll notice I like left it open because that's how hard it is to open these. And this is very fair, but when you put it on, it definitely is able to be deepened. It is beautiful. And I will swatch these on my arm for you guys as well. And then the last one is this one. This is the Desert Orchid. So I should have used this one today maybe. Ooh, that would have been so nice with what I'm wearing. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We're going to use it again. I have opportunities to use it again later. This is not the last use. I definitely think they're well worth the money. If you can splurge and get one, I would certainly do that. Pick the color that you like the most, you think you would get the most wear out of, because I'm telling you, these are wonderful blushes. Texture and application, they are certainly some of the best I've used, in my opinion. So, first I'm going to swatch everything, then I'm going to do this eye look, then I'm going to do each of the blushes. So, if you are interested in seeing that, just keep watching, and I will come back at the very end with my final thoughts. Alright, you guys, so the very first shade, you may hear my cat and my husband in the background. My cat is very mouthy right now. The first shade is called Midnight Liaison. And I will say this, I thought this was going to be very much like every other one of her, like, white-ish shades that she puts in her palettes, but this is definitely a more pink-toned one, and it is gorgeous. I need a lot. I have a ton left over. Next shade is called Rosefire Nectar. This shade is gorgeous. So you guys are seeing kind of more of the orange to goldish, and there is a little bit of the red in what you are seeing. I need to back up maybe a little bit, but there is a lot of pink to it as well. It is so, so beautiful, and the texture is incredible. So if you're looking for a showstopper on your eye, this is your guy. This is the shade After Dusk.
You know, when you get...
And this is normally the shade that I get tired of seeing in her palette. However, this is not the exact same as what she puts in every other one. This is definitely more red toned. It's like a red toned brown with a hint of purple, which, yes, sounds just like the other ones. But the shade of it is different than other ones that I have from her. Twilight Bronze. And this is kind of a taupey brown shade. It reminds me of Grandstand from Makeup Geek. It is really beautiful. I actually really like this quad, and I'm very happy that I picked it up. The first shade of blush that I got is called Flirtatious. And I actually hate touching it because the beautiful, I don't know what you'd call it, but the beautiful, like, rose design on it. This is beautiful. This is almost like a mauve-y pink kind of shade called Nude Venus. Slightly orange toned pink shade. I dig it. I was wearing this today in my video. The last shade that I got is called Desert Orchid. Beautiful orange with a bit of pink to it. It is so gorgeous. I literally want every one of her blushes, to be real honest with you guys. She did a great job with this collection. Like, even my husband was saying today that he liked my blush better the last few days than he has in a long time. He thought it looked really good.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys, so I am back and I want to give you guys my final thoughts. Let's start off with the packaging. You guys already know, well, mostly the packaging, because I do have some negatives on the packaging, but the outer packaging, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. The Heavenly Choirs are singing. Every time I open up a box from Pat McGrath and I look at this kind of packaging, it's the best day ever. I know that's like really over the top, but seriously, like makeup is my happy place and this packaging is certainly that. I've got it upside down, but it is. It's beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. And so the actual quad, when you get it, if you choose to get it, looks like this. And this shade up here is definitely very special. It goes many, many shifts and I love it. I absolutely love it. I actually really like this shade down here. I think a little bit more because it's more red tone than her normal like purple to brown undertone. So there was a little bit of a trade out there. I don't feel like I've completely purchased the same thing that I've been purchasing. But at $58 for 4 shades, that is still a lot of money. And if this is not your color jam, then I would not pick it up. But if it is, it's gorgeous. It works beautifully. It is that typical Pat McGrath formulation, and everything worked beautifully. I actually could have used less shades and made it even... I would have liked it either with like just this and this, or even just these 3 would have been beautiful. Less is more sometimes, and I just try to use each of the shades so I have a feel for if they all perform well. But in my day-to-day life, I really like less shades, if that makes sense. So in any case, this to me is beautiful if you can catch it on sale. Like maybe she's having a Memorial Day sale, scoop it on up, in my opinion. Of course, this video will probably come out after Memorial Day, so not probably the most helpful for you. But maybe, I mean, sometimes she runs her sales more than just one day. So in any case, there's that. Then when it comes to the blushes, I personally feel like I'm all upside down, y'all. I definitely feel like these are well worth the money. If you can just splurge on one, pick the one that you're going to wear the most, you will not be disappointed. The texture, the performance, the way that they wear, I am really, really happy with them. I just think she did a great job formulating these. I did not pick up the highlighter because it had like macadamia nut oil. There was some other nut oil in it, and I was a little leery of that because I am allergic to almonds and peanuts, so I was like, I did want to pick it up, but I did not do so. These are $38 a piece, or you can get them in bigger bundles and save some money. There usually is a 10% off code, and then I personally always use cashback apps. I think I've got some linked in my bio, so check it out. Typically, I use the Topcashback app for Pat McGrath purchases because there's usually always 8% cashback, which is really good. So if I can ever save any extra money, that's what I do. And then all the money that I get from making purchases, I use towards future purchases. My mom just texted me and told me to bring my pickles. Sorry, I got off topic here. Girl's gonna bring her pickles because I love me some pickles. Anyway, so the next thing I want to talk about is the actual blush packaging. But I don't like the way it opens because it is extremely hard to open. Now, I did get better at it, but at first, you know, you would think you push like the bottom and pull up. Not the case, or even you push the middle and pull up. If you do not hit the exact top of this thing is not going to open. I don't find that to be super easy, especially if you're somebody that has arthritis or problems with your joints or anything like that, you know, less dexterity with your hands. You're going to have a really hard time opening these. I personally hope that she goes back and looks at this because I don't think this is very user-friendly in my opinion. But as far as the actual blush colors and what's available, I think she did a great job. I think she smashed it out of the park. I certainly want to pick up more in the future because I wasn't sure. You never want to buy all of them in my opinion because what if you don't like the formula? What if you're allergic to it? What if you have problems? I didn't have any of these issues. And now I'm like, I'm really sad I didn't pick up all of them. In the future, I will probably pick up more of them. Shipping was really good. Customer service, I didn't have a need to reach out to them. In case anybody is curious, I am wearing the color Spellbound today. This is also a Pat McGrath. This is one of her liquid lipsticks, and it's a longer name than that, but your girl can't do it today. I always tend to blot mine at least one time because they don't typically dry down like 100% when you put them on. So I just blot it once and then it's good to go, and it'll wear for hours and hours and hours now. Hours. But overall, I've got to say I'm really happy with these purchases. I definitely am glad that I picked these up. I wish I would have picked up more. If the quad is at all your kind of color story and you don't have something like it, I certainly think you should grab it because it is beautiful. It's definitely one of my favorites out of the quads that she's done. And really, Pat McGrath is kind of one of the gold standards as far as I'm concerned. She just does a really good job in general with almost every product I've tried of hers. So in any case, I really hope that this video was helpful to you guys. If it was, make sure you leave a comment down below. That's what I sound like. Like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell for future updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.